Raiders, welcome to the Monday Kickoff. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing start of the week. In today's video, as usual, we're going to have a full breakdown of all of the events coming to Raid Shadow Legends this week. Now, if you guys enjoy the content, if you want to help and support the channel, you can smash a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, and drop a comment. Help with that algorithm. That really helps the channel a lot. Of course, we're going to have everyone's favorite game mode starting tomorrow, which is Clan versus Clan. Now, together with that, we're going to have some 15x progressive chance events. We're going to have some amazing champions this time around. Now, these Clan versus Clan guys will not feature personal rewards. So, for once, people can actually take it easy. The rewards for all of the tiers are the following. Of course, they will downgrade based on what tier you are. But in tier 6, you are getting 6-star speed gear and you're getting retaliation gear. The rest of the rewards are pretty average. Now, when we are talking about the events that we are expecting to see this week, guys, keep in mind the fusion is actually coming to an end. Where is it? Right here. So we have 5 days and 11 hours. Now, once this fusion is over, most probably we will have Path of Light event that will basically give us a chance to get the soul for scoring. Personally, I'm not too keen on getting the soul for this champion. Some of you guys might be tempted to do it. Now, this weekend, we should have a 15x progressive chance on a champions rather than a 2x, because this past weekend, we had 2x on Ancient Shards. It's been a while since we had a 2x on Primals. Maybe they will surprise us with a 2x on Primals, but I really doubt it. Then, of course, we do have a few different events that are going on at the moment, and these are related to the fusion, the champion training event, which will reward you with a legendary tome, with a primal shard if you are able to get all of this done. I'll be very honest with you guys, I'm really tempted to skip this, even though I really want to get that primal shard. Then, of course, we have the Dungeon Divers event, which will end. I would suggest you, if you have the possibility to get this done, to get an Immortal Soulstone, try and do it. I'm definitely gonna smash that out of the park and get it on my account. Then Artifact Enhancement starting tomorrow. In terms of tournaments, we do have a Sand Devil tournament attack that started today. I'm super surprised that we don't have Prism Crystal event, or whatever they're called, Jewels event for the Soul Stones. I was really expecting to see one of them this week, but seems like nothing today. Who knows, maybe we're going to have one starting tomorrow. This as well will give you a chance to get Soul Stone at 5,000 points, roughly around 2,000 to 2,500 energy. Basically 1.5 with the coins that you're getting from here. So this is definitely something that I'm planning to do, but only tomorrow once we're going to have the CVC on. So we actually get some points in for the CVC. Ice Golem tournament, I tend to really stop once I'm getting the rewards for the fusion, and that's it. Call it a day. I'm not really pushing it more than that. There isn't much reason to farm the Ice Golem except the curse set. Tag Team Arena tournament, pretty weak rewards this time around, to be honest. Nothing very interesting in here. I do prefer when we're getting the Immortal or Eternal Essence, sorry. This is definitely not that juicy. We do have the Classic Arena tournament coming to an end as well tomorrow. Make sure you guys are completing it if you haven't done it just yet. That's something that I need to do myself. Now, in terms of the actual calendar, nothing really stands out in here just yet, guys, because this will refresh most probably on Thursday. Now, I'm not sure if I already mentioned this in the video or no. We are expecting to have the patch dropping in this week. Now, this patch will, of course, include 2 of the new champions, will include the rebalance on 2 of the champions, and, of course, it will bring in a couple of different things that we covered in previous videos. Nothing too insane. That dungeon that I showcased a few days ago on the test server is not part of this patch, if I'm not mistaken. They haven't really confirmed that it's part of it, or they haven't confirmed that it's not part of it either. So they're trying to keep it a bit of a mystery, you know. Guess what? I decided to summon my primal shards during the weekend, and as mentioned, probably in a video that you're gonna see later today, the new mythical champion is not great. So I was hoping to try and dodge another bad mythical champion. But guess what? The game decided to slap me in the face, and they gave me the freaking worst out of all of them, Aphidus. So right now, I'm on a mission, guys, to get Plarium to buff all the trash mythical champions. And I'm not going to stop till it will happen. Leaving all that on the side, quickly heading to the clan section. If you haven't picked up your clan quests, guys, if you have any to complete, like me right here, I've done none of them. Make sure you guys pick whatever you have left in there that are easy to complete today. If you gotta get anything from the clan shop this week, honestly, these accessories right here are worth it. Getting the silver is not a bad idea, to be honest, with the gold, if you have plenty of it. And then from here, there's really nothing very interesting except the epic skill tome that some of you guys might need. I don't really tend to purchase any of this anymore. I'm not getting the counterattack accessories either because we have so many different sets that require a 9-piece to really get them to the full potential that this really got power crept, you know. But silver is something that most probably I'm gonna end up in buying. I have plenty of gold, and I'm definitely getting low on silver. Talking about the champions, talking about what else we can expect for this week, guys. As mentioned, we don't have anything related to soulstones. We don't have a prism crystal event either. Most probably we're gonna have something like that next week. We won't have a siege game mode this week, only next week. So basically 1 week CVC, 1 week siege, 1 week CVC, 1 week siege. We still have over 1 week to prepare. A lot of you guys asked me in the previous video, Skratch, who was your source that told you that if you level up your stronghold to level 2, the enemy that will face you will gain 30 attacks and 30 more retries, which equals basically 60 attacks. Plarium, guys. Plarium confirmed that. I know they are not mentioning it anywhere right here in the guides, but that is something that is actually happening, and you're going to see if you are going to encounter a level 2 stronghold and you're gonna gain extra attacks. Or you're a level 2 stronghold and the enemy will gain extra attacks and whoop your ass, basically. That's it in terms of these guys. If you haven't purchased your things from the bazaar yet, weekly reset, you do have quite a few juicy things in here. Energy, ancient shard, void shard, some accessories if you like to get those ones. Sacred shard, legendary skill tome. I'm just not doing enough tag team arena to purchase this every single month, you know. So I'm a bit, I'm slacking a bit. I'm a big slacker. But leaving all that on the side, guys, talking about the champions, I'm quickly going to bring them on the screen for whoever is too lazy to watch the entire video. Basically, these are the champions that we have on. We have some amazing voids. We do have some pretty strong non-void legendaries in here as well. But let me just quickly walk you through the entire list, guys. So, starting with Tuesday, August 13, they are planning to launch a progressive chance event from all of the shards except the misery shards, of course. And these are the following champions. We have Walking Tomb Drang. He was a previous fusion, probably a couple of years ago or something like that. He is one of the few HP burn champions that will place HP burn on all enemies and won't get resisted. So this makes him a very strong champion for the Spider's Den to ensure that you have a very high win rate in that dungeon. Pretty good to duo with Godseeker Oniri, the Sand Devil's Necropolis. And other than that, he's a decentish champion. I'm not going crazy after this one in particular, to be honest with you guys. The next one that we have on the list, Korogar Dead Bell. I think he's an Ogryn if I'm not mistaken, and I do have 2 copies of this champion. He is one of the best ally protection champions in the game, but still, I've never used him. I have 2 copies, never built one of them, and that's mainly because while they are great champions for progression, they really drop a lot of value in the end game. With A1, he's basically getting some healing. The A2 AoE attack has a chance to fill the thermometer of all allies and to cleanse them, which is a pretty nice skill. Ally protection and strengthen on all allies. The passive will increase the resistance and defense. Overall, not a bad champion. He can counterattack. But honestly, as mentioned, I just don't see any value on my account from this champion. But that doesn't mean that you guys won't gain a lot of value from summoning a champion like him. Now, the main thing is, it's no point to summon, okay? I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but there's no point to summon during this CVC unless you really try to snipe a specific champion that you've been trying to get for a long time and you have the shards to do it. If no, I would strongly suggest you start preparing for the next fusion. The next fusion is probably 2 weeks away, more or less, okay? So you want to basically start saving up resources, and maybe we're going to have a good fusion, maybe we're not going to have a good fusion. The next champion is Mortu Macabre. Now, while he used to be a very amazing champion for defense in arena and even in offense, his value dropped like from here all the way down. It collapsed, okay? So he's a very weak champion even for arena now. Yes, in the lower tiers, where you're fighting a lot of weak accounts or bots, he's still gonna perform well because you're fighting bots or weak accounts. But once you are scaling up, he's really not going to bring you any value whatsoever. There's so many counters to this champion nowadays that honestly it's pretty irrelevant to use him. And I've seen so many of you guys using this champion on the defense for the siege mode. I really think that he's just not worth using. Try to use something else, anything else but him, because he's very easy to counter now. The main thing is all about the peril skill, the secret skill that gets unlocked whenever he gets hit. He has a chance to unlock it, of course, and this blocks revive, deals decent damage, but as mentioned, plenty of different counters. He does have block buffs, which is a magnet to polymorph. If you build him like that, heal reduction, and other than that, he just doesn't really do anything. Then we have Artak. Super surprised to see him on the list. He was a free champion last year during the Call of Arbiter series. Pretty solid champion. I am using him in the Ice Golem. He can offer you a lot of utility for the Spider's Den, for the Hydra Clan boss, for other different areas. And let me just tell you something. The new mythical champion that is being added in the new patch is weaker than Artak. Or pretty similar, because he just doesn't really do anything else. So Artak, considering that he's a legendary and was a free champion for a lot of us that were playing at that time, he definitely has more value in my opinion. So you want to open with this skill, put HP burn, then activate the HP burn, put decrease attack. Very good on a curse set, very good on even on a provoke set if you're trying to ensure that you're provoking the Head of Decay. Overall, definitely very, very solid champion. The next one on the list, guys, we have King Narcissus. I would freaking love 4 more copies of this bad boy because he is just so OP. Very strong champion. Now, here it comes in play. Should I summon for this champion or I shouldn't? Probably if you really want him, he's very strong. And he's definitely part of the meta at the moment. Is mainly everything that he can do. Ignore shield, ignore strengthen, ignore the passive skills, you know, which is just making him super, super powerful. Or ignore the skills that basically decrease the damage or stuff like that. Very, very nice champion. He can block revive. He can gain extra turn. A lot of things that are good about this champion. Best build, Savage, Stone Skin, Little, Stone Skin, you know. That's basically what you're aiming for. And then we have Kleidna. She recently got a buff a couple of months ago. I still haven't used her since. I do have a couple of copies as well. She is better than she used to be, but I don't really think that she will bring anything too crazy to the table. You do have the A1, which has a chance to sleep. Pretty good for the Sandhour's Necropolis if you need to use her. Then you have Decreased Speed and Leech AoE. Restores the destroyed max HP, then heals all allies. So this is actually a much, much better skill. I should make a video on her. Most probably I will do one tomorrow or the day after, guys, because it does make sense to have one now that we have the event for her. And I do like this skill now. Cleanses all of your allies, puts block debuffs, and revive on that. So this is actually very similar with what Cardiel does, but of course, these buffs can actually be removed. The passive, very similar with Sepulture Sentinel, will have a chance to completely block the incoming damage. So that's pretty, pretty nice. Then, moving over to Wednesday. I feel like Wednesday is a better day to summon. We have some awesome champions. Starting with Staltus. Man, Staltus is a strong champion, regardless if we're talking about PvP, PvE. For the Dragon's Dungeon, he is massive with his passive, reflecting the poisons. I'm actually using him in my team, of course. Very strong champion. Then we have 2 powerful AoE that deal a lot of damage. He brings his own increased defense. He's immune to decreased defense and weaken. Super awesome champion. Definitely worth using. There are people using him sometimes even in Gold 4 Live Arena. I'm sure 100% that a lot of people are using him in the lower tiers. But even in Gold 4, you see him every now and then. Mishinaki. So we have some strong Hydra champions, guys, this time around. Mishinaki, one of them. Pretty crazy damage from him. A lot of utility. HP burn on the basic skill, you have defense down, you have decreased attack on enemies under hacks, removes all buffs, you place hacks, counterattacks, or not counterattacks, joins the attack rather than counterattacks on enemies under hacks. Very, very nice. Defense aura. Solid champion. You want to build him on Savage, to be honest with you guys, to gain the most out of it. If you're still not looking to really maximize your damage in the Hydra Clan boss, Relentless will get the job done. The next one that we have on the list, guys, since we are on this screen, Kyoku. Pretty strong defense-based champion. I feel like for the last few months, I've seen her on the 15x progressive event so many times that I lost count. I feel like my fingers are just not enough to count it. Overall, she's not a bad champion. She's actually pretty strong. I do like the passive. That gives me the Seeker vibe. You're getting the increased defense. You're getting some healing, ally protection, extra turn, block damage, decrease attack or HP burn, multi-hits on the A1 with a chance to land weaken, defense aura for all battles. Pretty nice champion, to be honest with you guys. Then, of course, we have Feral. Feral, super amazing champion for the Hydra clan boss. I feel like if anybody would be to summon, this would be the number one targeted champion for any of you guys in terms of non-voids, because he's just so freaking insane. Decreased speed on the A1, you have block buffs, decreased accuracy, you have increased resistance, perfect veil, the passive that gives you more accuracy, more resistance, 20% increased damage, resistance aura. Jesus, okay? Jesus. And I'm not talking about actual cheese, you know, but he's very strong. Then, talking about the Void Legendaries, we do have Nakret the Great. He's still a strong champion, but definitely dropped out of the meta a lot, and that's mainly because of King Narcissus. King Narcissus put an end to Nakret, basically. It's all about the shield that he brings, the ally protection. He's still strong, though. Still a good counter for a lot of other champions in the game, but you don't really want to bring Nakret to a fight with King Narcissus. It's like going with a knife at a gunfight. You know, it's pretty much the same situation with Nakret the Great. And then, of course, we do have one more champion that a lot of you guys really love. Who doesn't love him, right? Krisk. Super strong for a lot of PvE content. Once upon a time, he was super strong for PvP as well, but those days are long gone now. We're gonna get provoked from this champion. We're gonna get increased speed. He's gonna bring increased defense on himself, decreased speed with a basic skill. Curse set, very nice. Protection set, very nice. Ally protection, increases the duration of buffs. He gets continuous heals. You have the passive, which gives you shield, defense down, decreased attack. So many things coming from this champion, guys. And yeah, I can definitely understand people trying to get him. Now, this is pretty much everything for today's video, guys, for today's kickoff. Maybe they will surprise us with some other events like they've done it last week. I'm not sure. This is what we know so far. The patch most probably will drop on Thursday, to be honest. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.